Hey everybody, this is Brian Grubb. We're here in the Seed Lab, Southwest Ohio, and today we're going to talk a little bit about seed stratification or seed treatments to get our seeds to germinate. And so you can see I have a couple of little props here. So pre-treatments are associated with seeds that are dormant. A lot of the seeds that we purchase though are non-dormant seeds, so a lot of our vegetables or annual flowers are non-dormant, and we can just sow those into containers and water them, put them in the right environment, and they germinate and begin to grow. But some of our native plant species, in this case I have New England aster, and Novi Angeli is the species for the aster, and this is a seed that some literature will say it requires a pre-treatment to overcome dormancy, and that is referred to as stratification or cold moist stratification more correctly. Sometimes you'll see this seed though that says it doesn't require the stratification, so when in doubt it's always better to at least give seed a 30-day stratification period for native plants to Southwest Ohio. In general, we'll have some dormancy requirements or overcoming dormancy requirements for proper germination. So again, there's about 8 different types of dormancy. Hard seededness is one. Warm stratification might be one. But the one what we're going to look at today is cold stratification, and stratification is always related to a number of days, so often it's either 30 days cold moist stratification, 60 days cold moist stratification, or 90 days. Generally it's usually okay to over stratify seed, but sometimes you have to be careful to that seed will begin to germinate in stratification. So this is just kind of an introduction of overcoming that dormancy, and the one we're going to look at is cold moist stratification. And essentially we're conditioning the seed to get it imbibed with water. Imbibition just means the water is entering into the seed through the seed coat, and we're bringing up the moisture content of the embryo and endosperm of that seed. So when the seed gets shipped to us, a package like this, it is in a condition of probably about 5% moisture content. It's very dry, and that benefits long-term storage of seed. But when we go to grow the seed, we want it in a 30% moisture content to get the seed to germinate, and we refer to that as imbibition, getting that moisture content up to about 30%. And so for cold moist stratification, I generally soak this seed for 48 hours from a dry condition like we have here with this New England aster that we just purchased into a wet condition where we do this 48-hour soak. And as you'll see in the subsequent videos associated with this technique, we'll strain and clean this water over time, we'll separate the seed, and then we'll do the stratification treatment. So this video is really just an introduction on what the dormancy is associated with the New England aster and many of our other native plant species like milkweeds and baptisia that has a bit of a different dormancy issue that we can talk about later. This is goldenrod that would have a similar cold stratification treatment that we have to essentially overcome that dormancy issue with the seed. And this is related to how plants are adapted to Southwest Ohio. A lot of the seed can mature and be dispersed on the ground in the fall, going into winter, and that dormancy then will preserve the seed from germinating in October, November. It goes through on the forest floor, very moist, and cold all winter long. And so as horticulturalists, what we do is try to mimic that technique in our facilities for pre-treatment. So the first thing we do is pre-soak the seed, and then the second thing that we will do is put the seed into a Ziploc baggie, and I'll show that process in the next video. Putting that seed into a refrigerator, which is a perfect condition, 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and that'll give us the two requirements of the cold temperature, 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and the moist environment of the seed that we strain out and surface dry, and we'll see that next. So thank you very much.